welcome back to another studio vlog. My name is Amberly and I'm an artist based in Atlanta. So today I'm going to be working on a piece for a upcoming show in April. And I've got a couple of different updates, but to start with, I'm in a brand new studio. My boyfriend and I recently moved into a townhouse. Well, we're still in the process of moving, but I'm so happy because now I have this whole big room dedicated to just studio. I have this space just dedicated to art. So I really hope that with this, I'll be able to kind of post and create videos more consistently and just get a little bit more serious and dedicated time just to studio work. So I'm so happy about that. And once things kind of get more settled in, I hope to do like a studio tour. But before then, right now, I just need to focus on getting this work done. So recently I was invited to do 2 shows. One is in April and one is in May. And actually yesterday, I just got my contract for the show in May. So I need to fill that out and submit it today. For the first show coming up, it's April 15th and it's with ABV Gallery. And they sent me an email maybe a week or so ago, and it is called 6x6. So they want us to create work on a 6x6 canvas, and we can submit up to 6 pieces. So I ordered these canvases from Blick, and I was planning on making 4, but they sent me 5. So I may try to do 5, it just kind of depends on timing. But today we're gonna do this first piece together, and I'm gonna show kind of my whole process in creating it. And I think that should be it. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my canvas that I've already painted. And usually what I'll do is, it's a lot of back and forth for these types of works for me, but I start with my composition, which I make a ton of these like little rubber swatches to pick from. And it's kind of like a puzzle that I don't really know what it's gonna look like, and I just make up as I go. So I have all of these, like so many of them, all of these different ones that I pick from. And I came up with this composition. So now what I have to do is put the silicone rubber on the canvas. I have my needles here, and I have a ton of different string and like thread. I even have more in a case somewhere, but it's packed away. But this I always keep on hand, and this is what I'll usually take when I go and do Drink and Doodle, which is also with ABV Gallery, by the way, and I will be doing my Drink and Doodle with them next Wednesday. But let's go ahead and get started. So I know this is what I want, and typically what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it, so that way I don't forget what it looks like, because sometimes when I'm making so many of these, I really like a composition, but I want to try out a new one, but I don't want to forget what it looks like. So I'll just take a picture of it, and then I need to adhere it onto the canvas. Okay, so I can't find the palette knife. I think this will just be the process of how things will go until I'm fully moved in. So I'm going to use this ruler that I found. So it will essentially do the same thing. Since this one's underneath, I'm going to start with this one. And I'm using this stuff called Silpoxy. So silicone rubber, it doesn't adhere to anything. To get it just kind of in place for now, I use this stuff, which took me a little while to figure out. But there's a store in Atlanta called The Engineer Guy, and they might actually be called a different name now, I can't really remember, but they told me about this, which is really, really helpful. Let's go ahead and go scooping from this side. Here, I don't know if you guys can see, so I'm gonna put this on. And this stuff does dry, not super quick, but maybe within 5 minutes. So before, like this one, it's already hard to move. So I try to lift it up and take a look at it like I would see on a wall and make sure I'm happy with it before it starts to cure. And here's our last one. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this to dry, and to do that I want it to be like stuck on there, so I'll usually flip it over, and I'll use this water for now. Oh, it won't fit. I'll just use this and let it dry for a minute. While I'll do that, I'm gonna pick some of my thread. So I like to do complementary colors and colors that really have a nice contrast. So I think I'll use this neon orange, maybe some black, if I can find it. Okay. I have a little bit of black left, and one more to go, just to make sure it's a nice big knot at the end. Okay, so I've got this one done, and then let me go ahead and I'll knot this one at the end too. Before I start, when I'm picking my color, I usually like to hold it up and see how it looks. So I really like this contrast since it's pretty much complementary colors here, so they really pop against each other. Then I'll use this black one too. I think I'll probably use it up here. And this one I'm not too sure of yet, so I think I'll just start with my orange one first. I always feel like the first one that I do is the hardest. And by that I mean the first like poke that goes through the canvas is always the hardest one. And then once that's finished, it's pretty doable after that. So, and I don't really have a good way of finding that first stitch. I just kind of poke and hope it works out. Through the first time. Ah, there we go. It's hard to push through because you're going through canvas that's been painted, and I go through this silicone too. So this one, I think I will stitch coming down along here, this line, and stop it right around here or so. Okay, whew, finally done. I don't know why this one was so hard to get through. Alright, first one done. So now I'm gonna do the black up here, and then while I was working, I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of stitching on this side over here. I'm sure you've seen this big bandage on my hand. So yesterday when I was helping my mom move some tables, I was walking backwards carrying the table, and we were taking it out into the garage, and my hand smashed in between the table and the garage door when I was walking out, and it hurt so bad. And I thought it was broke at first. Like, we all looked at it and we're like, oh, why does it look like that? Won't go into detail, but really bad. Last night was the worst, and I've been kind of trying to stretch and put ice and stuff, and so far, I mean, I'm working pretty well. It still is definitely sore and aching, but I'm so happy that it's not broke, because I would not be able to do these 2 shows then. And I'm so happy to be doing it. Like, so thankful and blessed, because ABV Gallery, I love ABV Gallery. And then another show I was invited to, I've always wanted to exhibit at their gallery. So when they reached out to me, they actually reached out because the curator saw my work at the Year of the Rabbit show. So that was a really cool surprise, but he saw my work there and emailed me about doing the show in May. So just to say, I'm very happy that my hand is not broken, so that way I can still participate in these 2 shows. I've done this one here, these 3, and now I'm gonna finish off with some like cross or X stitching on this side. And this one I'll put right here. All right. I finished all of the sewing, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my border, which will be a little bit of a darker green, just to kind of frame the whole piece. Hi, and welcome to the end of the video. So I finished the piece. I think it turned out so cute. I love all the colors, and I think the composition, everything works pretty well together. So I'm proud of this baby, but not gonna lie, I kind of struggled with this. So not really like the painting or the elements or anything like that, but the actual act of sewing was really hard for this one. I don't know if it was the smaller scale or my hand, but I just kind of struggled a little bit. But I think I figured out what I need to do for the other pieces. So this is my first one, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're in or around Atlanta, definitely check out ABV Gallery's show 6x6 opening on April 15th. And then definitely stay tuned for more videos, a studio tour coming up, and then as I make the new work for these upcoming shows. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.